Good morning, everyone. Let me begin with a question. What keeps us moving when life seems to shut every door? It is not wealth, because wealth can vanish overnight. It is not fame, because fame fades quickly. It is not even strength, because strength alone cannot carry us through despair. The answer, my friends, is hope. Hope is not loud. It doesn't announce itself with fireworks. It doesn't roar like victory, or shine like success. Instead, it whispers quietly in our hearts. Try again. Begin again. Tomorrow can be different. And yet, this whisper, soft as it is, has rebuilt lives, transformed nations, and carried humanity through its darkest hours. As one saying reminds us, hope is the only thing stronger than fear. History gives us many examples. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, but he never gave up hope that South Africa would one day be free. Desmond Tutu said, "Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness." But hope is not only for great leaders. It is for ordinary people like you and me, people who face quiet struggles every day. Let us imagine someone who loses their job in middle age. It can feel devastating. After 2 decades of working, suddenly the security is gone. Fear whispers, "You are too old. No one will hire you. Your best days are behind you." But this is exactly where the silent power of hope is most needed. And it can shape every step forward.
1. Perspective, reframing the story. When a person loses a job at 45 or 50, the natural reaction is despair. But hope changes the question. Instead of "Why is this happening to me?" a hope asks, "What can I do with what I already have?" A man who managed teams for years may realize he has valuable leadership experience. A woman who worked in administration may recognize her organizational skills can serve non-profits or small businesses. As the proverb goes, every cloud has a silver lining. Hope does not erase the storm, but it trains us to look for possibility within it. 2. Rediscovering passion, turning hobbies into new paths. Hope also invites us to look at forgotten passions. Many middle-aged workers set aside hobbies for decades while raising children or paying bills. Now, hope whispers, "It's not too late." A man who once loved woodworking might begin selling handmade furniture. A woman who enjoyed baking might turn her kitchen into a small business. Someone who enjoyed teaching younger colleagues at work might start tutoring or coaching. As another saying reminds us, do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life. Sometimes losing a job is not the end, but the invitation to rediscover joy. 3. Family and community, sharing the load. Hope also grows stronger when it is shared. Imagine a middle-aged parent sitting at the kitchen table, worried about the future. Then their spouse says, "We'll face this together." Or their children say, "Dad, we believe in you." Hope is not only personal, it is collective. Families can combine strengths, one person's creativity, another's technical skills, another's network of friends. Communities can provide encouragement, job leads, or emotional support. As an African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
4. Lifelong learning. Hope through growth. Hope is not passive, it pushes us to grow. A middle-aged worker can take online courses, update digital skills, or learn a new language. At first it may feel intimidating. Can I really learn at this age? But hope whispers, yes, one step at a time. With every new skill mastered, hope grows stronger. Knowledge is not just information, it is fuel for new possibilities. 5. Small steps. Turning hope into action. Hope without action becomes wishful thinking. But when hope inspires even small steps, transformation begins. Imagine our unemployed parent decides, today, I will update my resume. Tomorrow, I will reach out to one former colleague. The next day, I will apply for one new opportunity. They may not see results immediately, but each action builds momentum, and momentum sustains hope. As the proverb says, little by little, one travels far. 6. Rest and renewal. Protecting the flame. Sometimes, hope fades not because life is hopeless, but because we are exhausted. Our midlife job seeker may feel drained, worn out, defeated. This is when rest becomes essential. Walking in nature, praying, meditating, or simply enjoying quiet moments with family, these renew the spirit. Even the strongest flame flickers without oxygen. Rest is the oxygen of hope.
7. Imagination, daring to dream again. Finally, hope gives us courage to dream. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "I have a dream." That dream was hope spoken aloud. For our middle-aged parent, dreaming might mean imagining a new career, starting a business, or simply picturing a more fulfilling future. It may feel risky, but as another saying goes, hope is the dream of a soul awake. Why hope is silent yet powerful? So why do we call it the silent power of hope? Because it rarely arrives with noise. It doesn't demand attention. It sits quietly in the soul, like the bird Emily Dickinson described. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul, and sings the tune without the words, and never stops at all. Hope may be silent, but it is strong enough to help a middle-aged parent face unemployment with courage, strong enough to help families rebuild after loss, and strong enough to carry nations through despair. Closing, call to action. Friends, let us carry hope not only for ourselves but for one another. If you know someone who has lost a job, offer them encouragement. If you feel lost yourself, remember your skills, your passions, your family, your ability to learn, and your right to rest. Take small steps. Dare to dream again. Because hope does not guarantee results, but it guarantees we will not give up. As another saying reminds us, a single thread of hope is still a very powerful thing. So let us hold on to that thread, weave it into our daily lives, and pass it on to those who need it. Because in the end, it is not wealth or fame that sustains humanity. It is hope, silent, gentle, but powerful enough to whisper in our darkest moments, "Begin again." Thank you.